Hi, I'm Megan. This is my husband Billy. We met on eHarmony. These are our children, Michael and Lydia. And these are my siblings, Jacob and Zoe. We aren't your typical family, but together we have lots of fun. Welcome back. Okay, guys, today is dad guilt. Last week we talked about stepmom guilt. Today we're going to talk about dad guilt. You cannot see my hands, but they are moving like 90 to nothing. Okay, guys, so I personally think there are some dads out there that feel no guilt at all, and then there are some dads out there that have enough guilt for the whole world. So whether you're a Disneyland dad, a dad that just is a dad, he just okay, kind of just goes with the flow, or a paralyzed dad, all dads have a different level of guilt. Some are pretty close to each other, some are not. Whether you're the dad that regrets the divorce and feels like it's all your fault, or you're the dad that constantly has to work, or you're the dad that can't say no, or you're the dad that's paralyzed out of fear that the kids will not want to be with you or see you or anything. There's so many things that I feel affect dads more than stepmoms or moms. So for us, a lot of the guilt, I feel like, for my husband is experiences he doesn't get to have with the kids. There's experiences that I've absolutely enjoyed that he's gotten to do that. Like whether it was teaching his son how to swim underwater, or ride a skateboard, or ride a bike. There are those memories that will forever stay with him. And then there's memories that he didn't. Buying his daughter a car, teaching his daughter to drive, her going on her first date, meeting her first boyfriend, her first school dance, things like that paralyze him in a way. And he has a lot of guilt because that's never how he saw it. Whether he regrets the decisions he's made, or he regrets how it's happening, or however, I think some dads deal with that guilt differently. My husband hates the fact that there's some things he's not going to get to experience. And I hate that for him because it hurts. It's like, wow, that really sucks. And to deal with that guilt, I can't imagine. Never once did a dad say, like, or my husband say, oh yes, we're going to get a divorce and this is going to be great. Nobody ever experiences that. And so some of it, I feel like he regrets that too, because they're not married anymore. And then there's other times where I think he knows he made the best decision. They both made the best decision for the kids. So in our home, I am the talker. I am the social butterfly. My husband is very, very quiet and deals with his dad guilt differently. He tends to shut down and internally think. Eventually he will open up, and that's when my job is to shut up and listen. Yep, I just said it. Shut up and listen and stop talking. And just listen to how he's feeling, his experiences, and just listen, because honestly, I have no advice to give him. When we first got together, I was the person that loved planning the weekends because I lived for the weekends. And it's hard to not want to live for the weekends. And even with him, like going to the movies and stuff like that, he found it hard to say no. Part of being paralyzed with the kids wouldn't want to spend time with him, and part of it because he wanted those experiences too. Then there's times where he's the more rational person. It's like, hey, like, we have lives too. Their life doesn't stop when they're with their mom. Like, why do we have to do everything with their mom when they're with us? And so it's kind of funny because there's times where there's a lot of dad guilt, and there's times where there's like no dad guilt. Like, hey, we can just do that by ourselves. We don't have to have the kids. So it's kind of funny how they balance each other out. My only advice is to listen when dad is having dad guilt. And he's having a rough time with it. Just listen. The biggest thing for you to do is just listen. He needs to get it out. Especially if you have a husband like mine that just kind of just doesn't talk very much. It's good to let him just get it out. Number 2 is be positive and supportive. Maybe needs to learn to say no. Sometimes my husband has times where he just wants to stay home and do nothing. And I feel bad then because I created this we always do stuff on the weekends thing. And then sometimes he doesn't, and he wants to do things with them because he feels guilty. And I'm like, just stay home. So sometimes, gotta find that creative balance. And sometimes the kids need to learn the word no. Like, no, we're not doing that. Or, no, we've learned from the mistake of doing that. And constantly being on the go all the time, because other than that, when you don't get what you want, you have a fit. Or whichever it is. And when he needs help with something, it's okay to kind of step in and help him and support your spouse as he makes the transition from learning to say no, helping him know he's doing a great job even when the kids are reacting poorly to the decision that dad has. And sometimes it's even the guilt of not seeing your kids all the time and feeling bad for the divorce and therefore overcompensating because you feel bad because you never see your kids or you constantly miss your kids. So being supportive and backing him up when he needs that backup, like, hey, you're doing a great job. Or when the kids are resisting the change, maybe from going from Disneyland dad to, no, we're going to stay home dad, he's going to need a little bit of support because, honestly, kids know how to pull at the heartstrings and manipulate. And so sometimes you need to do that and step back and say, hey, you're doing a great job, especially when the kids are bucking the system. So those are my 3 tips. If you have any more tips or ways to support your husband when he has dad guilt, please link them down below. Or you can email them or DM me on Instagram. That's where I post random inspirations through the week. And yeah, we can talk about this together. Does your spouse have dad guilt or mom guilt? Stepmom guilt? Like, how do y'all handle that? How do you do that? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.